Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive, and I'm Meghna Deka. Well, viewers, tonight we're not just watching a political drama, we're watching a billionaire breakup. All of it in real time. That's right. It's Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Once the poster boys of conservative clout are now at each other's throats. From impeachment jabs to the Epstein file missiles, this is no ordinary fallout. This is the MAGA meltdown, as we are calling it, straight from America. Well, very clearly, this bromance is out. The brouhaha is in. This isn't just feud. This is a fight for the future. But before we tell you what the latest flashpoint is all about, let's take you through the moments that define the MAGA chemistry between Trump and Musk in the latest 6 months. Well, there you have it. You can see some of the visuals. This is the ex-friends fight it out, the way we saw the two of them come together ahead of the polls. This was Trump's disappointed in Trump, is what he has said now. But it is very interesting that all of this came together at a time when the two of them were at least openly saying that they were together. But then again, it came with this rush of bitterness. It didn't just stop with the war over Trump's big, beautiful bill. The fight spiraled out of control from Twitter to Truth Social, and the Tesla CEO began dropping some uncomfortable truths. Before we tell you that, watch this.
Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations and his rocket company.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
Elon is doing a great job. He's finding tremendous fraud and corruption and waste.
The people voted for major government reform, and that's what people are going to get. They're going to get what they voted for.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. I'm going to buy, and I'm going to buy because, number one, it's a great product, as good as it gets. And number two, because this man has devoted his energy and his life to doing this. And I think he's been treated very unfairly by a very small group of people.
Well, that, of course, was the bromance, but it didn't stop with the war over Trump's big, beautiful win. The fight came out spiraling out of control from Twitter to Truth Social, and then we saw a couple of uncomfortable truth bombs being dropped by none other than Elon Musk. Let's tell you how the two titans really sparred. There you have it. You had Donald Trump coming out and saying Elon was veering thing. I asked him to leave. I took away his ED mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months was going to do, and he just went crazy. To which you have Elon Musk saying, such an obvious lie. So sad. That's what he said. Then you had Donald Trump saying that the easiest way to save some money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it himself, to which this is Elon Musk's tweet. He said, in light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contract, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. That was his quick retort. You had then Donald Trump coming out and saying, I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to the Congress. I didn't create this mess. I am just here to fix it. This puts our country on the path of greatness, to which Elon Musk says that the Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. Strong words, strong predictions coming in. But here's the most damning aspect of this entire spat, the Epstein bombshell. Well, remember, Elon Musk had posted on X that it's time to drop the really big bomb. The real Donald Trump, he tagged him, is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason, he says, that they have not been made public. Have a nice day. DJT. Well, Elon Musk has claimed that US president essentially is named in the Epstein files, which, remember, are still sealed. There are tranches of those files. Some of it has been made public, but huge tranches of the Epstein files are still kept secret. So who really is Jeffrey Epstein? It's very important for us to understand this colorful man who, at one time at least, used to be a very good friend of Donald Trump. Of course, they had a public falling out after the Epstein files came to light. But let's tell you a bit more about Jeffrey Epstein. He is the disgraced billionaire who once ran a global sex trafficking ring, which involved underage girls. He, however, died in a jail cell in 2019 under very suspicious circumstances. But why is this link coming out now to Donald Trump, and whose client list? Remember, this is very significant. Jeffrey Epstein's client list still remains one of the biggest unsolved mysteries in modern history. In fact, Epstein wasn't just a sex offender, he was a gatekeeper to power. He knew presidents, he knew princes, politicians, CEOs, scientists, celebrities. All of them would make a beeline, apparently, to party with him. And then the question is something that is haunting the world for years. Who were his clients? Who really flew all the way across to his island to party with him? Who participated? Who knew? And who all were there? Now Elon Musk claims that Donald Trump's name is amongst them so far. The White House has remained silent. Of course, we've seen a lot of truth bombs coming in from Trump saying that I was the one who fired Elon Musk, but now Trump has yet not responded to this specific allegation over Jeffrey Epstein. Will this cause a shakeup? Well, only time will tell. So while Elon Musk battles it out with Trump online, his bank balance may be feeling the heat offline. In fact, the Tesla tycoon is staring at massive financial setbacks across the entire board. We are getting you all the details of that. Tesla's market value has already dipped by a staggering $1.50 billion. Musk's personal net worth has reportedly shrunk by around $34 billion. The potential loss of EV, which is electric vehicle tax credits, could cost Tesla about $1.2 billion annually. Regulatory credit sales, another Tesla revenue stream, might just be shrinking by $2 billion annually. And perhaps the most critical, which is the government contracts, which are up to the tune of $5.9 billion, now stand threatened as well. So let's take a look at the cost of this billionaire breakup and the implications for both of them for this. Well, there you have it on your screens. Implications for Musk is that there's termination of government contracts, as we were telling you. For Trump, however, it means that the rich and powerful ally has now turned on him. Also, the fact that for Musk, he may lose billions in government subsidies. For Trump, there's a big dent in the Republican unity pitch that he had put up, which had stood by Trump's big, beautiful bill. Also, when it comes to Musk, the Tesla stocks have already taken a big hit. For Trump, the big, beautiful bill has been a divisive flashpoint where even his own allies are turning against him. Of course, there are several such details which are coming in of Tesla shares, which have been spiraling down by 14% overnight when the two of them were having that tiff. And of course, the Epstein files. Is that true? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Even relationships don't fall apart as quickly as the Trump-Musk bromance just did, and the internet simply will not stop. Well, netizens are calling it a full-blown World War X, and some even call it a battle royale. While many have predicted this feud long ago, and now you have these tweets which have aged like fine wine, just as one user very cheekily put it out, that it's all aging like a fine wine. From hilarious memes to savage one-liners, netizens have turned the tables on Trump. Some have even shared posts imagining Prime Minister Modi stepping in to broker a peace between Trump and Musk. Let's take a look at some of these memes. You have it there on your screens. Prime Minister Modi getting ceasefire between Trump and Musk, and you have the two of them. There are several others which have been coming in. This one says that Elon Musk exposing Donald Trump be like Putin and Modi right now, and the two of them dancing. You have these memes which are doing the line. Then you have another one saying Modi ji should announce a ceasefire between Musk and Trump. So there you have it. A big breaking news, however, is coming in because there are minute-by-minute updates on this story. Well, amid the tiff between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, Trump has made another remark against Musk. Trump tells the media that Musk has lost his mind, not particularly interested in taking him up. And Trump further has said that Musk wants to talk to him and he is not ready to talk to Musk. What really is happening? Let me go across to Kushal Mehra is joining up. He is an author and a podcaster. Also, Raymond E. Vickery is joining us, a senior associate, Center for Strategic and International Studies and a former Assistant Secretary of Commerce. He is, of course, a Democrat. We are also being joined by Vibhuti Jha, a former Republican candidate for New York Assembly. Let me go across to Vibhuti Jha, who's, of course, a Republican. So I'll start with you first, Vibhuti Jha. What's really happening? This may just be one of the most expensive breakups that we've seen in a long time. Unfortunately, it's not these two billionaires. A lot of people, their entire economy, of course, the Tesla shares, all of this is today at risk. Is it a breakup or not? What's happening?
Thank you, Megha, for having me here. And this proves my theory. This particular tussle and the fight between Trump and Musk proves my theory that men do not grow beyond 19 years of age. We love to fight, and we make a fool of ourselves when it comes to dealing with women. On these two matters, I hold my theory correct all the time. You described the whole scenario very sincerely and very rightfully, giving all the facts. And this is a tragic comedy. This is a tragic comedy in which neither of the billionaires, successful in their own right, the richest and the most powerful, are at loggerheads. Don't forget, both were former Democrats. Let's not forget that element as well. Is it an ultimate sabotaging of the Republican agenda? I don't know. Time will tell. But here is a very important part. Both are classic alpha males. It's my way or highway. Both of them have no experience of politics. Trump ventured into politics for a desire, as he often said, to save the country from a total disaster. Musk came in because he was tired and sick of all the spending that went on, unregulated spending that has put America at a $36 trillion deficit, which I have termed as America suffering as a severe case of financial obesity. And if America doesn't go on an extreme fat loss program, we will be unable to walk, forget about running. So our ability to navigate the world financial situation is very, very impaired. And this bill adds additional $3 trillion, which is what Musk is annoyed about. Trump is trying to salvage the situation. So they clearly have a difference of opinion. But this need not have become a public spat of the kind. It reminds me of another story of the kind. Two beautiful lovers entangled with each other for as many years, and then suddenly they break up and they say what a lousy lover the other person was. So this is very important to understand it from a perspective at a very basic human level.
And it's very interesting that you've used these analogies. It's very true when it comes to Trump, the alpha male analogy. We've seen these kind of flip-flops because he's an alpha male, so are people like Putin. So are people like Elon Musk. And Raymond E. Vickery, is that the biggest problem? My way or the highway may not be the best diplomatic move, may not be the best way to steer an economy such as America.
Well, thanks very much for having me. I think, this would be hilarious, soap opera, if it weren't so serious. It seems to me to point out for all democracies the danger in having a personality approach rather than one of constitutionality and rule of law. Both of these men have shown a lack of respect for law, lack of respect for our own Constitution, and instead have opted for the strong man, great man theory of how you run a country. You know, great democracies like India, the United States, Europe and Japan and so forth have worked together to try to build peace and prosperity with a democratic system. but you can't do it when you have people like President Trump and like Elon Musk who think that they are beyond the strictures of law and constitutionality. There are very serious underlying policy issues here.
Absolutely.
It started with the tariffs, the so-called reciprocal tariffs being imposed on India without any reason. Started it all. And then, of course, has just been pointed out, we have a very serious deficit problem here, and giving more tax breaks to the wealthy, increasing that deficit hurts democracy very much. So this would be funny and just a passing soap opera kind of thing if it weren't so serious. But there are lessons to be learned for democracy to observe constitutionality and rule of law rather than rely on personalities.
I'll absolutely give it to Trump. He's made it very confusing for the world to now decide who's an ally and who's the foe. No one really knows anymore, do we? With him, we'll never know. Kushal Mehra, it's very interesting, the kind of meme fest that we've seen in India. Why is it that Trump and Musk having this kind of a public fallout is having such massive resonance in India? The man who says, "Maine war rukwa di," I am the one who stopped the war between India and Pakistan. Is that one of those raw nerves when today you have people saying, see, we all said it, don't trust this man?
Well, first, good evening. I don't think so. It's just about we said it, or it's like the Indian "I told you so" moment. I just think Indians like to watch people fight. I genuinely feel it is like that raw tribal emotion when you're walking on the street and two people are fighting and you just watch and see, let me have some fun in life. I think it's just what is it? When two powerful people fight, it's a lot of fun for people to watch. And honestly, if Trump would not have. And if Trump would not have, probably if Trump would not have made those gaffes at, during the India-Pakistan skirmish, I think Indians would not have really cared so much. But because Trump had to, Trump's ego is bigger than that of a dinosaur, right? So Trump has to always put himself in everything. It's all about Trump. And the memes are hilarious. Yesterday, somebody asked me, which team are you on, Team Trump or Team Elon? I am just on Team Kalesh. I just like Kalesh. I just like to watch this. I want to see them fight. I want good memes. I want hilarious memes. I don't care who comes out winning in the end. I personally don't care. Like, I have no dog in this fight. I just want to see them. There should be good memes. There should be quality memes. And I can share those memes and laugh.
In fact, that's very interesting. Elon Musk himself is the one sharing a lot of memes saying who's going to win. Is it going to be Trump or is it going to be Musk? It is going to be Musk, of course, is what Elon Musk says. But Kushal Mehra, clearly in favor of Kalesh, and I think so do a lot of people in India as well. Appreciate you joining us. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Raymond E. Vickery, as well as always, Vibhuti Jha. With that, we are slipping into a short break. But of course, the jury is out. Who's going to win? Is it going to be Musk or Trump? We'll have to wait and watch. Stay tuned.